Now going ahead with the continuation of the first exercise from the chapter coordinate geometry, the seventh question that is given us, because the first to sixth questions have been completed in the previous video, following up with the seventh question. Find the point on x-axis which is equidistant from P 2, minus 5 and Q minus 2, 6 minus 2, 9, sorry. So the word, let's consider there are two main important points that we need to consider in here. The first thing that he's saying is point on x-axis. So suppose there is this 1, 2, 3, 4 on my x-axis, okay? Let the 4 be here, not here, okay? Now if the point is here, then how do I represent this point? I represent it as 1, 0. Okay, so if a point is on x-axis, then how do we write it down? We write it down as x, 0. The x value will be there, but the y value will be 0 for this one. Likewise, if the point is on y-axis, okay, this is your y-axis and the point is here. So now how do you write it? Is there any x value you're going to get? No, you're not going to get any x value. You'll only have a y value. So it will be 0, y. So this thing you need to remember, if the point is on the x-axis, then what you're going to do is, you are going to represent it as x, 0. And if the question is asked that the point is on the y-axis, then the point, you have to assume the point to be 0, y. Okay. Now, that's the first thing that we have to discuss. The second point that he's talking about is equidistant, okay? Now, what is the meaning of equidistant? Let's break it down. Equi and distant. Equal, okay? Distant is distanced. So there's a point on x-axis. There's this point on x-axis, and the point 2, minus 5. There is another point somewhere 2, minus 5, and minus 2, 9 is given over here. Okay, minus 2, maybe 9, maybe somewhere here. Now, this is 2, minus 5, and this is minus 2, 9. The distance from this point on the x-axis, and the distance from these 2 points, the point, let it be here, they both are same as what he's saying. Okay, so this is the point on x-axis, so it is going to be x, 0. The distance of this and the distance of this is equal, and we need to find this point. Okay, so equidistant also you know now. So how do we find that particular point in here? Let's see. Okay, now let the point be solution. I'm starting in here. Let the point on x-axis be x, 0 is equal to something p, or okay, p is already given, let's take it as a. Okay, now it is said that, given what is given to me, it is given that the distance p to a and is equal to the distance of a to q or q to a. Okay, this distance and this distance are same, p and q. Okay, now I have to start solving it. How am I going to do it? I will take these 2 points and I'll find the distances. So under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square is what you're going to do in here. And your points are PA and PQ. PA is this point and AQ or PQ, whatever is this point. The order does not matter. If you write QA distance also or you write AQ distance also, it remains the same. Okay. So I'm going to do this minus this. This is my x2 minus x1 in here. So under root of x2 minus x1 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1, 0 minus 5 whole square is what I get, is equal to under root of AQ. I'm going to do now. This is what x1, x2. So that goes as x2 minus x1 minus 2 minus x whole square minus x plus y2 minus y1, 9 minus 0 whole square is going to come. Then you see there is square root and square root on the on each side of the equal to sign, on either side of the equal to sign. So the square roots can get cancelled and I am left with only this part. What am I left with? X minus 2 whole square plus this becomes 0 minus of minus plus 5. 5 square is equal to minus 2 minus x whole square plus 9 square is what I'm left with. Now you're going to open it with the identity, which is a minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now how are you going to open this one? So what you're going to do is you're going to consider it as a plus b or a minus b. Now both the terms are negative only, so what's going to happen, it is a squared, so it becomes a square. This is b square plus b square it becomes, okay. And then minus 2ab, minus 2 I will write, minus a minus b, so it will be how much? It's actually plus 2ab, so minus a minus b, it is going to be how much? It is going to be coming as a square plus 2ab plus b square is what I get in here. So let me expand it with it. So it becomes x square. This becomes minus 2. Minus 2 2s are 4. 4x minus 4x plus 4 plus 25 is equal to, expanding it, it becomes again 4 2 square and then x square, and then expansion of this 2 2s 4 and 4 is going to be 4x, it becomes plus 4x plus 9 9s 81. Then what's going to happen, again if you see this side and this side I have the x square, so they will get cancelled and I am left with only these terms in here, okay. So again 4 is also there on this either side of the equation, so that 4 also will get cancelled. I'm left with minus 4x plus 25 is equal to 4x plus 81. So I'm going to send it towards this side and send this towards the other side. Minus 4x minus 4x is equal to 81 minus 25. This becomes minus 8x is equal to 81 minus 25 is going to be borrowing in here. It becomes 6 and 7 minus 2 is 5, 56, 56, then 8 1 times it goes, 8 8s are 60, 8 7s are 56, I'm so sorry. And then I get, what do I get here? Minus x is equal to 7. It's not minus x, but it is x is equal to minus 7. Therefore the point is minus 7 comma 0 is the point, is what you're going to write in here, okay, which is equidistant from the other 2 points p and q that is given to us. Now going ahead with the next question, it is find the value of y for which the distance between the point p comma minus 3 and q 10 comma y is 10 units. Now here the distance between the points is equal to 10 centimeters. To tell you again, if you have watched my videos before, you would know that I emphasize saying that questions in mathematics are in simple English language. It is just you need to understand English. It is not that we don't understand English, we understand English, but just because we have numbers in here we get confused with it. Understand the meaning what they are saying in here, so that it will be easy for you to understand the question. So find the value of y. Okay, where is y in here? This is the y that I'm supposed to find out. Okay, now when I'm supposed to find it, for which the distance, okay fine, after this part is completed, the distance between the points p and q is equal to 10 meters. Okay, there's this point p, there's this point q, and the distance is given as 10 units to me already. Okay, that's very good to know. And I have to find this 10 comma y and 2 comma minus 3. And how am I going to find it? Because the distance is given, obviously I'm going to substitute the distance formula only in here. Okay, so under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square is equal to under root of x2 minus x1, that is 10 minus of 2 whole square, plus y minus of minus 3. It eventually becomes 10 minus 2 is 8 square, 8 square is 64, plus y plus 3 whole square. So when I expand it, it becomes root of 64, and this distance eventually is given to me as 10 units, isn't it? It is given to me as 10 units. It's given written here. So I'm going to expand it. It becomes 64 plus y square plus 6y plus 9 is equal to 10. Now to simplify this, I need to send this towards the other side. So when I'm sending it towards the other side, it becomes 64 plus y square plus 6y plus 9 is equal to 10 square, which is equal to 100. Okay, Now just adding these two together, y square plus 6y is how does it become? It becomes 73, or how much? 74, 73, yeah, plus 73 is equal to 100 is what I get. And then I will bring this 100 towards the other side because I wanted it to be in the quadratic equation format, and I can use the splitting the middle term method or the formula method to find out the roots for y. Okay, now so when I do that, it becomes y square plus 6y plus 73 minus 100 is equal to 0, which turns out to be y square plus 6y plus 6y, and then it becomes 27 minus 27 is equal to 0. Now splitting the middle term method, 27 roots are 3 and 9, and 3 and 9 is already here, so it is going to be plus 9 and minus 3, so y square minus 3y plus 9y minus 27 is equal to 0 is what I get here. Then first two terms, last two terms, y is common in here, y minus 3, here 9 looks to be common, and I go y minus 3 is equal to 0, y minus 3 and y plus 9 is equal to 0. Eventually y is equal to 3 and y is equal to minus 9 is what I get. So there are 2 points that you can get. It can be either 10 comma 3 can be one point of Q, and the other point can be 10 comma minus 9 as well. Okay, now so if P is here, either if I'm going 3 this way or I'm going 3 this way, the distance can be 10 units is what I understand. Okay, from P, isn't it? So if the point is here, 10 units can be measured here, here, here also, here also, here also, here also, anywhere I can measure that off. So that is how I'm going to show it up. Okay, now this is another type of question that can be asked in the examination. Now looking at the 9th question, it says that if Q 0, 1 is equidistant from P and R. Okay, this is point Q which is at an equidistance from P and R. Find the value of x. Where is x? Okay, equidistant is understood. Find the value of x. Okay, fine. So again, as we did it in the 7th question, the equidistant question, we are going to do the same in here. Okay, we're going to find the equate the distances of PQ and QR, and we are going to find it. Also find the value of x is also completed. Also find the distances of QR and PR. After we have found the value of x, we are going to find QR and PR is what we are going to do here. So what was the question that we were doing over there? He said that Q is equidistant from P and R. Okay, so if P and Q, whatever the distance is there, the same distance is between Q and R. So we are going to start substituting in our distance formula because the distances are same. It goes as under root of x2 minus x1. So it is 5 minus 0 whole square plus minus 3 minus 1 whole square is equal to under root of, it becomes Q and this now, x minus 0 whole square plus 6 minus 1 whole square is what I get. The square roots are there on equal either side of the equal to sign, they will get cancelled. I am left with 5 square, that is 25, and this becomes minus 4 square is 16 is equal to 16. This becomes x square, and this becomes how much? It becomes 5 square 25 plus 25. Now you see 25 is there with the same sign on either side of equal to के दोनों बाजू सेम 25 है, एक नेगेटिव एक पॉजिटिव नहीं है, ये भी पॉजिटिव 25 है, ये भी पॉजिटिव 25 है, they will get cancelled. I am left with x square is equal to 16 now. That implies x is equal to plus or minus of 16 root, which is x is equal to plus or minus of 4 I will get. Okay, I will get two values which is 0, 4 or x values are going to be positive and negative in here. Okay, then we are good. So we got the R value. Therefore, the R point is going to be positive 4, positive 6, or it is going to be negative 4 and positive 6 can be the possible values. Then he asked us to calculate the values of QR and PR. Okay, QR is what I have to find. QR value is how much? QR is this, isn't it? Q and R. Q is what? Q is 0 comma 1 and R is minus 4 comma 6 now. So applying in the distance formula, it goes minus 4 minus 0 whole square plus 6 minus 1 whole square. That becomes root of 4 is 16 plus this is 25. So which turns out to be 41. Root 41 is what I get in here. Okay, 16 plus 25 is what I get here. Okay. After finding QR, this is QR with respect to when R is equal to what we have taken, negative 4 comma 6. Okay, then we will find PR. PR is going to be, the P point is how much? The P point is 5 comma minus 3. So it is 5 comma minus 3 and R is minus 4 comma 6. The distance is going to be minus 4 minus 5 whole square plus 6 minus of minus plus 3 whole square is equal to under root of, this becomes minus 9 square, that is 81, and this is going to be how much? It is going to be 9, so it is 81 plus 81 is what I'm going to get. Likewise, if I find, now we are taking when R is equal to 4 comma 6, both of them are positive now. Okay, two conditions we got because we have two values. Then we'll find QR again from this. When I find the QR, it goes as under root of, Q is 0 comma 1 and this is 4 comma 6. So 4 minus 0 whole square plus 6 minus 1 whole square, that turns out to be again 16 plus 25, which is equal to 5, 5, 10, 11, 1 and then 41, root 41, and PR is going to be 5 comma minus 3 and 4 comma 6. So undergoing, it becomes 4 minus 5 whole square plus 6 minus of minus plus 3 whole square. That turns out to be minus 1 square is 1 and this becomes 81. So it is root of 82 is what you get. So these are the distances when the values are changing. Okay, these are the distances that you get when the values are changing. Okay. (162) units. I missed to write down the simplified version of it. I forgot to add here, which I've done in here. So if it is going to be QR with negative 4, it is this. PR with the negative R value, it is this. QR with the positive R value, it is this. PR with the positive value is root 82. Okay, let's move to the 10th question. The 10th question states that going ahead with the last question of the exercise, find the relationship between x and y such that x comma y is a point which is equidistant from 3 comma 6 and this. So guess there's a point which is denoted by x comma y and it is having equal distance from the point 3 comma 6 and minus 3 comma 4. You do not have to find the values of x and y, you just have to find the relationship between it. Okay, so we are going to find, since it's given that the point is x comma y and they have given another point at the other points being 3 comma 6 and minus 3 comma 4. So the distance between these two and the distance between these two is same. Okay, so how do I calculate it? Again the same thing, let the points be, this be A, this be P and Q whatsoever. So the distance of AP is equal to distance of AQ. Okay, so this I'm applying under root of x2 minus x1, 3 minus x whole square plus 6 minus y whole square is equal to under root of, it's going to be these two, right? So minus 3 minus x whole square plus 4 minus y whole square is what I get. Okay, the square roots get cancelled and I'm left with expanding this. That becomes 9 plus x square minus 6x. It becomes plus, I have this, that is 36 plus y square minus 12y. Okay, then expanding this, it becomes 9 plus x square plus 6x you get, and then you have plus 16 plus y square minus 8y is what you get. Okay, then we see y square will get cancelled, x square will get cancelled. Okay, and then adding all the numbers here, so that becomes 45 minus 6y minus 12y is equal to 9 plus this is going to be how much? 25 again. So it is 25 plus 6x minus 8y. Okay, adding these two and all of and this is what I get. Now I'm going to bring all the 6's towards one side and all the y's towards the other side. Okay, so it becomes 45 minus 6x minus 6x is equal to 12y positive minus 8y. What does it become? 45 and 25 also, you have plus 25 here. I forgot to copy this 25. Okay, minus 12x is equal to, this becomes 20y plus 25. Okay, now further dividing, further what we can do in here, let's simplify it. Yeah, so minus 12x minus 20y plus 45 minus 25 is equal to 0. That turns out to be minus 12x minus 20y, and this is going to be plus 20. 5 minus 5 0 and 20 is equal to 0. Now when I divide, the full equation is with 4, I can divide it. When I divide it, it becomes minus 3x minus 5y plus 5 is equal to 0. So what would be the relationship between this? This is the relationship that you're going to have between the question. Unsatisfied and confused with my answer, I am here. And when I am feeling so, I will want to recheck my answer because I do not think this would be the answer that I should get. And here while I'm checking the answer, I found my mistake. This is supposed to be 8y. 12 minus 8 is 8y. 4y, sorry. 4y. And so here I get negative 4y. Okay, so the equations change. It's minus 12x minus 4y plus 20 is equal to 0. Now this full equation can be divided by 4, isn't it? Because they all come in 4 tables. So dividing it by 4, it becomes minus 3x I get here, minus y, minus 3x minus y plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, or I can write it as 3x plus y is equal to 5 also can be the equation that I can get, negative 5. Okay, negative positive 5 only, yeah. So 3x plus y is equal to 5 can also be one equation, and this also can be one equation that you get, and this is the relationship between the 2 points that are equidistant from the point A. Okay, so in the next video you will have extra questions from Oswal and R.D. Sharma for the section 1, which is distance formula.